Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Null. Once again, I'd like to welcome you to our Classroom on the Air. Topics that are meant to empower people. They're non-controversial. They just deal with real life situations, whether it's try to help yourself strengthen your immune system or the power of exercise, gardening, hobbies. And today we're going to talk about the 10 steps to empower life. For example, when you validate your ego, what happens? Well, a lot of people then become very self righteous. They have to protect what they have argued about. As a result, it's not good. They're going to be fighting people. What would happen instead, solution, if when you're confronted with something that does challenge your ego, you simply go to neutral, simply take a step back and say, okay, is what a person's saying or suggesting correct or not? And what is the truth in this? Try to deconstruct your own ego. Try to deconstruct the excuses that you give yourself for making bad choices. Well, it's just one drink. Well, one drink of alcohol can destroy over 1 million brain, lung, heart, kidney, and liver cells. All right? And you're not growing most of those back except for the liver that can regenerate. So why give yourself validation of doing something wrong? Well, no one's around and I'm on a diet and the doctor has me on medications for my cholesterol and blood pressure and diabetes. Who's looking? I'll have this chocolate cake or I'll have this pizza. Don't validate your ego. Because when you do, look at all the people who live through their ego, the celebrities, the people who are addicted to needing people to attach to them, recognize them, identify them. Oh, you're so special. Oh, you're so beautiful. Then every time you walk by a mirror, you're going to look at it. I'm beautiful. I might as well look in the mirror. They're saying I'm beautiful. I see I'm beautiful. Therefore, I have to keep doing everything I need to do to keep beautiful. Well, that's what happens. Well, you're wrong. How do you know they're wrong? Well, because I don't want to hear what they have to say. So therefore, I only find there's value in validating my own ego, my own beliefs, and I'll defend it. Not good. How often have we made errors in judgment because we weren't willing to be humble enough to recognize maybe we're not informed enough, don't have enough information. We're incomplete in that information. What happens when you don't know what you're doing? You're going to make mistakes. And then you defend yourself with your ego. That's just one example of how you can empower yourself by going to neutral, just taking 10 seconds and relaxing, breathing deep and say, okay, I may not like what I just heard, but I'm not going to get bent out of shape over it. Look for the truth in any issue. Don't look to validate your being right. Next, the authentic self is always at peace with itself. Do you ever notice that when you're living an authentic life, you're doing something that's natural to you and you feel at ease? It's not difficult. There's a nice flow, a rhythm to life. And that also shows you're doing what you should be doing. It's always positive. You're always open and you're always understanding when you're living in your own authentic world and not some artificial construct of be obedient, get in line, don't disobey, be rewarded for compliance, be punished for being original. No, be yourself. Also, what perceptions of yours, important perceptions, are wrong? Well, Gary, that's stupid. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm conservative. I'm liberal. I'm for women's rights. I'm against women's rights. Whatever the issue is, what if your perception of that is incorrect? So challenge your own perceptions. Be objective. Do an examination and ask yourself, is this right or not? What if your perceptions are wrong? What if who you voted for was not the person you should have because you didn't do your homework and you trusted someone else who you assume is an authority about the person that looks most presidential? Well, what does how they look have to do with the quality of how they would use their power to make positive changes for everyone. Almost always, our perception has been influenced by our conditioning and our indoctrination. Some is positive, some is negative. But what if you're not aware of your own capacity to perceive right from wrong, from common sense reason, and being more open to seeing things for what they are before you try to make them something they're not because you were conditioned to believe this is the right path. How do I know that's the right path? How do I know this is the right career for me? I'm doing something because others expect it of me. Be the good son, be the good daughter. Do what we did. We're a plumber, be a plumber. Go to college. I went to college, you go to college. Be what I became. How much of what we chose in life was really chosen for us? And then we simply accepted it. And we did the best we could. And we succeeded. And we achieved mastery in our field, whatever it is. And so other people says, that's my son. That's my daughter. They did good. Yeah. But is it what they were meant to do? What does their heart tell them? What does their intuition tell them they should have done? That's why a lot of people will master something that's not of their choosing, and then their hobby or their little time they spend for themselves is what they really want to do, like photography or art or writing or singing. But they say, well, I can't make a living from that, so I'll stick with the career I've chosen. Did you choose it, or was it chosen in part for you? Because I meet a lot of people, I counsel a lot of people who have succeeded. If you were to sit and talk with them, you'd say, wow, your life is really cool. Is it? You've succeeded. Yes. You're a good person. Absolutely. You're kind and thoughtful. Yes. But you still feel incomplete. We're very compliant. We're very easily manipulated by propaganda. Look at all the obese children in the United States today. Do you think any of those parents said, I'm going to feed my child something so they'll get adult diabetes and die sooner, or they'll have heart disease by the age of 8? I want that. No, nobody wants that. But if you're self-conditioned, then you're just going to pass that on epigenetically to your children. And we just keep passing along a lot of stuff we shouldn't. So our perception is frequently wrong. It was F. Somerset Maugham, a great essayist in the 20th century, who said, to effect, I'll paraphrase, don't let the public behind the curtain, because it was the illusion that they loved. Seeing the reality behind the curtain, so I'm not going to get them angry and disappointed. Okay, I've had the privilege in my life of counseling tens of thousands of individuals. Most are just regular, working class, middle class people. Decent, nice, no big egos. They just want to live a good life, a good moral, ethical life, be responsible for their family and friends. They don't want hassles. But there are also those individuals in our society who are addicted to power, addicted to fame, addicted to being in a codependent relationship, addicted to being a victim. And those people, their perception of their capacities are almost always warped. And when you strip away, why do you need that? Why do you need all these shoes? Why do you need to constantly be seeking attention from the public? They're very insecure. But the public's perception of them, look at that dress, look at the makeup, look at the red carpet, look at their fame. At the end of the day, when the cameras are off, there's no red carpet, they're at home, they're just a regular person. But unfortunately, unlike the average person that can enjoy that time alone at home, they're waiting for the phone to ring. So it's like they go into a living coma. They're only relevant when the public is acknowledging them. So their perception of who they are is wrong. So be honest about your perception. Also, you can become everything you believe. So be very aware. Are you becoming the wrong things in life? And look at the amount of obesity we have. Look at the suicide. Look at the people on drugs. Look at the people stressed to the max. Look at the people who are apathetic. Look at the people who are lonely. You're dealing with probably 90% of the American population if you add in all of our addictive behaviors, recognized and unrecognized. We don't recognize addiction in the form of success. We think, well, good for them. They worked hard, they sacrificed, and now they're successful. What exactly did they sacrifice? How about quality time with their loved one? How about the quality time with their children? They can't have that a second time. It's one time through life. Well, think of all the remarkable moments they didn't have because they were working on getting that artificial achievement, one more step up the ladder, one more thing I'll be able to buy. People don't want what you can buy. They want you, quality time. That's addictive behavior. We don't recognize it. If we did, we'd have more highly educated professional class identified as addicts than we have alcoholics and drug addicts combined. What are you without your achievements? How do you protect yourself from being adversely influenced by those who need to manipulate you, like over the internet? What are our primary fears about? Almost always loss of control. So if you realize when you lose control, someone else has that control. Fear allows you to turn your control over your choices, your freedom of choice, over to others. Since when do these people care about you? They care about your commodity, how they can use your fear, your emotional polarization to their advantage. Just remember this. Don't use your energy to force an outcome. Allow the natural way of living, focus, balance, harmony, to be the energy that allows you to go forward in life. Meet people with a smile. You're never more for doing less for people. You're never less because you do more. So always do more. Be kinder. Be more understanding. Stop being so radically judgmental. Don't be the perfectionist that seeks out every day in every form imperfection in everyone else so that no one pays attention to your own imperfections. Accept that life isn't perfect. We're all faced individually with different but serious threats to our belief systems, to our health, living in the wrong place, working in the wrong job, having the wrong friends. All of that can adversely affect our well-being. So if you want to live a longer life, a happier life, just be honest about all things. If you're honest about everything, at least you know what the problem is, and therefore you can seek solutions for those problems. Hopefully this gives you a little bit more insight. If so, share it with other people. Remember, every day, Monday to Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time, I share with a lot of people around the world the latest insights into the human condition, whether it's health, environmental issues, commentaries, essays, original investigative reports. That's prn.live, PRN, Progressive Radio Network.live, prn.live. And then on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, the Progressive Commentary. One topic, hard hitting. The best minds in the world are there then to unwrap and share what that issue is, the problem, and most importantly, the solutions. I'm optimistic about so many things, in spite of the fact there's so many negative things happening, because you learn from the mistakes around you, even if they're not your mistakes, things you wouldn't have done. You see what people are doing. If everyone's living in Utah, near the up in the high desert, and their only water supply is out of Lake Mead or Lake Powell, and they have golf courses in a desert with limited water, and the houses average $1.5 million each, and there are thousands of people there going from California to there. May be beautiful, but why would you live in a place that's not sustainable? That's where a person chooses not to be properly informed. Are you in the right place at the right time with the right idea, the right support system, and are you the right person? Because if you were to live in an environment where you're going to run out of water, it's inevitable. And then what are you going to do? Your house, which was $1.5 million, is going to be worth nothing. And why wouldn't you be conscious of using water that is supposed to supply 40 million people in Southwest United States, and now they're having to ration it? But that's what happens when we're not living consciously. We're not making proper informed choice for their life. Why would you eat junk food? Do you think it's just going to pass through your body with no damage to your cells? There's damage to your cells. That's why some people are sick, going to live a short life, and other people who are more conscious, making better choices, are going to live a longer and happier and healthier life. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.